Hello, footprinters. Apologies for the slightly late start, but Google decided it was going to update and it wiped all of my favorites off and everything. So I've had to reset up my Google profile. It didn't take very long. Hi, my darling. How are you? Yeah. Would you like to join me today? Yes or no? And I can send you an invite for a little while. Would you like to join me? If you just want to relax. Sheila? Let me know if you want to join in. Just got a couple of things. Yes, so I had a couple of technical difficulties. I'll tell you what, I'll send you the invite right now, and if you want to, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. How's that? Invite. Just copy to clipboard. Click on this. Okay, so I've sent an invite out to some people. Hello, Claudia. Hi, Marjol. Judith Gash, hello. Karen Bissell, Pamela Bryant, Human Generic. Froze for a minute. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was a few minutes late. Anyway, I just thought, I sent Sheila there an invite, and I sent a few others, just an impulsive invite. If they want to join, they can. No pressure. I won't say who because I don't want to put any pressure on them. So, but I just sent it out to a few people, and we'll see if people join up. I haven't really looked at any stories this morning. We had a big sleep in, actually. Oh, that's okay, my darling. That's fine. Yeah. So it might be me. It might have some people pop in and out. But yeah, we'll just see. Yeah, I just thought, well, we'll see what happens and see if some people want to pop in. Oh, I forgot to. Hang on. Set forward to. I just forwarded to a few more too. So yeah, haven't really prepared anything today because we had a nice sleep in. Really. Hi, Craig Dixon. How are you? Will the horror of the massacre of Bucha left behind by the Russians change something with the world? I'm not sure. Massacre. Is that just like happened? Civilians were executed. Oh my! When was this? My dear, when was this? Was this just recently? Like, or has it just come about? Yeah, Lismore and the area around there are being hit again with flooding. So, oh my lord! Um, breaking news today. Just looking at the headlines. Why Will Smith was so offended about Chris Rock's joke. I don't give it rats, really. Um, mass grave with 300 bodies. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Okay, so we'll open up with that. First, we'll do a prayer. Universal Spirit guides the highest truth and compassion, and to all those who people look up to. Please look after the innocent ones and the souls of those who were found in this mass grave. Also look after anyone who's been a victim of conflict. Oh my goodness. That is horrible. Hi, 171 sign in. How are you? Oh, I've had a massive, really, ouch, sore spot. I've got an occipital headache. Freaking hurt. Yeah, dozens dead civilians found on the street in Bucha as Russian. So they will this discovery increase the help given by other governments? Oh, not much I can do about it, Linda B. But how are you? That's a lovely picture, my darling. Occipital headaches happen when there's that area where it's that area where your spine comes out of your head, and it's very tender. And yeah, Knight of Rods. It will lead to I think a surge in stuff being sent there. St. Francis Hotel in San Francisco, California. No, but I'll write it down. I will write it down. Hang on a moment. Let me do this reading, Craig. Whitby, baby, can you take care of Whitby, please? A surge hits like there will be an upsurge. This is like an increase in speed, a surge in speed with resources getting there. And there's also going to be increases resources to help families, those who've been displaced. There's going to be even more. That's a shocking discovery.
No, not down there.
They're going to do everything. I think they're going to try and find ways to get things to them quicker. What's happening with these planes? Will those planes be shipped through non-NATO countries? Let's have a look.
Come on. No, that is it. Leave your minds. Come on.
Five of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. There's just too much to try and get done to get them. Five of Cups.
Cruising with the treats. Not hungry at all.
I've got Five of Cups, Five of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Just too much to do. It wasn't thought through properly. They could have sent the plane south, and then will the planes get to the Ukraine soon? Oh, looks like somebody might be able to pull off a magic trick, but that's about because it's looking pretty hopeless here with getting those planes there. With the Five of Swords, defeat, loss, but I think possible and details, rules. This loss, I think they're going to do something to pull off a magic trick. So. Oops. I did do my meditations this morning. I mean, I got out of bed late, but the first thing I did was to do my meditation and stuff, like my quick little prayers and everything. But so before we go on, I'll write down that address. I've still got that Pacific Coast Highway thing to look up. So St. Francis's Church. San Francisco. So I'll have a look at that. Oh, it's at the St. Francis Hotel, not church. Yeah. Hi, what? How are you? Judy Malley, hello. I made my members got to see it for about a day, 36 hours before everyone else. My latest mystery tour on Bobby Fuller. So I made that public on Friday. But when I do those videos, and I'm going to be doing more, I always say that, but I am I've got several lists of things to do. Members will get to see them first for about a day and a half or so. And they get to see them first. So yeah. And also, if you remember, I do a 10-minute hot topic video every day, every weekday. Okay, Monday to Friday. You went for a lovely drive this afternoon, and you also get the badges designed by me that you get. They change it once every month, and the emojis, that you can see Judy Malley has just used. You get access to them, and I've designed them with the backgrounds and everything. Hi, Anne Simpson. How is New Zealand? Just gave you away. How are things across the ditch? Room 1219, September 1921. Mm. 1219, September 1921. September. Yeah, it was a hotel. Lovely autumn and sunny day and beautiful. One of my favourite shows is New Zealand show, Broken Wood Mysteries. I love it. I just think Neil Rhea is such a fan. I mean, the whole cast is great, but Neil Rhea, what an amazing actor that man is. Okay. Yeah, so if you do want to become a member, it's $3.99 a month. And, you get to use emojis that I've designed myself and get badges. Yeah, it's still a hotel. I will definitely look at it. And hot topic videos every weekday, 10 minutes that you won't see, and covering a variety of topics, not just the main ones. Okay. Who's got questions? The entire Ukraine region has been recaptured Kiev. Kiev has been recaptured. Is that true? Let's see. Is that true? Let's hope it is. Just looking at some. If you've got something you want me to look at, yes. Yep, an evening of the scales. That is, I think, confirmation that is true. It's not just tentatively recaptured. It is wholly recaptured. Yes, they've got, well, not recaptured. I think that's, yeah. They were never going to accept anything less. So, yeah, that is good news. Okay, what's up with the Chinese in the South Pacific? Yes, I actually did a hot topic on that, Anne, but yes, okay. Solomon Islands documents are ready for the Prime Minister to sign documents that will allow the Chinese to assist with, give the Chinese basically, allow them to come in and assist with security. Is this Chinese finding a foothold? Yeah, you know what? Same thing came up. They want to even the scales. They don't really have real presence in the South Pacific. And it will certainly get them closer to Australia. Yes, definitely. That's their aim, is to increase their, their resources, their military hardware, and yeah, they'll put a military base there. Will they put a military base there? Yes. Hi, Randy. So what I'm going to do is just why this is so concerning for Australians. And it is concerning. Very. And I'll tell you what Australia's response is. Okay. Solomon Islands. They're pretty poor, but there's been trouble with the Solomon Islands before. I can remember when I was in the State Emergency Service in Queensland, there was trouble. This was in the late 90s in the Solomon Islands, fighting, rioting, and they had to evacuate people from there, and I was sent to the airport to help with processing evacuees. So why is this so concerning to Australia and even New Zealand? Share the screen. Here's the Solomon Islands. This group of islands here that are all surrounded by red. That's the Solomon Islands. This is Australia. This is there's only about 2,000 kilometres. This is Cairns. This is Cairns. We have a naval base in Cairns. This is Darwin. Okay. There's bases in Darwin. Now, just go out a little bit more. This is Townsville, which I know very well. Solomon Islands. We have a major army base and a major air force base in Townsville. That's nothing really. And they'll be setting up a base here. So they are definitely doing it to increase their presence in the Pacific, in Oceania especially. They're not happy with not having a real presence in Oceania. Now, a few weeks back, there was a big kerfuffle because a Chinese ship lit up with their lasers. A warship lit up an Australian military plane with their lasers, and it was going through the strait here. So, they're suspected that they've got a little site somewhere along here where they've put people. Here's New Zealand. A few more 1,000 kilometres, but still. So, trying to get themselves a nice base set up here. There's some important agreements. And then so that's why it's so concerning. And, Now, the Australian government has announced 22 million, I think it could be more, but $22 million is going to be spent on putting new port installations in Darwin, because the main commercial port there has actually been leased by China or by a Chinese company. And this is Darwin. What have I done? You're right. Satellite. It's taking its time loading the satellite. So the main port facility in Darwin, Whitby, is not quite sure where. I think it's somewhere around here, and it's been leased. So I saw a picture of it the other day, and it's got a Chinese company has the lease on it. So the Australian government is spending $22 million putting in more port facilities, and there's talks of putting more ships in there. And the thing is too that there's an American presence in Darwin as well. So definitely plans for those, probably a listening post and a few other things. So that is just a little bit of background on why we're so concerned down here with the Chinese putting a setting up in the Solomon Islands. And the unrest that was recently in the Solomon Islands was actually because of the Prime Minister's decision to reach out to China. He's very pro-China. The latest on the April 4th vibe that says something special is happening that day. Oh, it'd be great for something special to happen, wouldn't it? Let's get a good vibing deck. Da, da, da. Oh, gorgeous deck that hubby bought me for Christmas. The Orion's Animal Tarot. It's beautiful. Okay. It's supposed to be something good happening around the world. Around the world or just everywhere. Something special happening. Hi, Gina Zelenskyy on April 4th. Whitby! I haven't actually said hello to him this morning. Can you just let him in and I'll say a quick hello?
Oh,
You know what he's like if you don't say hello to him in the morning. No, he's just... Whitby! Whitby, come into Mummy. Come here. Come here, Whitby. Whitby, come to Mummy.
It's okay, I got it.
Come here, sweetie.
I got it.
Hey, where are you?
He's here. He's right.
Hello, Whitby. Hello, sweetheart. Are you the bestest little boy?
Yeah, I'll try
Are you?
to calm him down.
Yeah, I didn't say hello. Normally, one of the first things I do is open the back door and I'll let him in and say hello, just him and me. Will Zelenskyy be safe? I will read on that, Claudia. Yep. Okay. First, something special. What is April 4th? How is this going to be special? Oh, let's have a look.
I know.
A change. It's a day of change. A day fated for change with the Wheel of Fortune. That's a beetle, which is very often in industry. Beetles are industrious. A pause. The hanged one, they call it. A pause. It's like, this is a really interesting card because it's this sweet little birdie. And to me, it represents all of the innocents that are caught up in the actions of corrupt people around the world. To stop and a pause, to stop and think about them. The latest being, of course, those people from Buka. And hi, new grandma. Hi, Barb's Wheel of Fortune. How are you? Welcome. I don't know if you've joined us before on a different name, but if you haven't, hello. And thank you for joining us. It's like a pause. Take a pause. The world needs to take a pause. in the sun. Appreciate. Bask in love. This animal, I think it's a sheep, is basking in the sun and the happiness. Hi, Aline. How are you, my dear? All major arcana. It's like it's a day that it's going to signify a change, and it's a day where there's a stop, a pause in some areas. And it's like people looking up and just breathing in the air. A new start. Now I've pulled 4 cards from different parts of the thing. They're all major arcana. They all signify, 2 of them signify change. The wheel of fortune, a change. It's a destined change. The hanged one, the hanged man, a pause. A pause, stop and reflect. Look up, the sun, looking up, bask in, it's like a moment, a real moment of clarity somewhere. And then we've got the Fool, new start. And this is all to do with April the 4th. As we know, April the 4th, one day is really, when you put it in the calendar wise, it's really 36 hours in the earth, on the earth. The 36 hours that started from midnight GMT. Hi, Spirits Beyond the Stars. Hi, Chat Wadsworth. Solar flares? I don't know. Thank you, my dear. They're really big. So it's like entering this new era. Formally entering a new era. Is it the age of Aquarius? Is it to do with the age of Aquarius? Oh, I drew out 2 cards. The 4 of Wands, the 7 of Swords. It's a time of, okay, people facing, it's a time of celebration because it's like karma, universal justice, whatever you want to call it, is catching up with those who have yeah, I don't think he does. This is the 7 of Swords. It's time to face up to consequences of your actions. So people are going to, it's a time where people who have done, we none of us are perfect. We all do things we shouldn't. We all maybe say things we didn't. We all, I'm sure at times, none of us have done. I'm sure every one of us has done something with, what? Really, that, well, we really shouldn't have done that. That crossed certain lines. But in the grand scheme of things, they don't, none of us are guiltless. But this is about people like Putin and other people like him. Because believe me, he's not unique in the world. It's a time where they're having to face up to the consequences of their actions. So it's sort of like possibly the beginning of the end for those sorts of regimes, at least, and stepping into a different order, so that no, you can't do this, and all this stuff you have done, this is your time. You can no longer avoid facing those consequences, and it's going to be the times of celebration coming through. So I had no idea that there was supposed to be something special about the 36 odd hours that encompasses April the 4th from start to finish, from GMT around, or the 48 hours, whatever it is. But yes, apparently there is, and it's signaling changes and new journeys and pauses, changes of perspective and pauses, and people looking up and inspiration happening, and the start of times of small victories, small celebrations, and people who have been responsible for so much pain starting to face the consequences. So let's hope that that's right. Let's hope that that's right. It is a beautiful message, spelled out in beautiful cards. Even the Seven of Swords, it's a beautiful card. People can see beauty in justice. Okay, so justice can be beautiful. It might also be messy and nasty and fiery. But so yes. So I had no idea there was supposed to be something special happening. So definitely a shift. We will call it a big, major shift. Okay, now Claudia asked Zelensky's can I read on President Zelensky? The Russians said that a meeting between Zelensky and Putin is close. Will Zelensky be safe? Let's have a look at that. 10 of Pentacles, resources, but I also got the word closure. Closure. And the dark side with the 10 of Pentacles. And a legacy. This meeting could leave a legacy. Here's Russia. So this is the meeting that could possibly bring about closure, the end of this cycle. And of course, Ukraine is rich with resources that Putin wanted. Here's Russia. Here's Zelensky for Ukraine. This I'm not getting Putin anywhere in this. I'm getting Russia. I'm getting Zelensky, this fiery man who is so admirable in every way. He saw a need he's, he had the education as a lawyer, but he also knew that his name, he could use his name to help. He saw a need, he stood up. And people thought, well, he's just, no, he's not just, yes, he was an actor, he was a comedian. But with as with so many comedians, they're deeply insightful, deeply thoughtful, keenly perceptive. And also he was a lawyer. He didn't start out as an actor and a comedian, he was a lawyer. Then he stood up and he's determined to carry his people through. So he's on one side, and I've got Russia on the other side, but not necessarily Putin. Will Zelensky be safe? I'll grab a different deck to do a clarifier on that. Will Zelensky be safe in this meeting? Hey, Barb, if you like what I'm doing, please encourage others to come and join. And this membership is $3.99 a month. Will Zelensky be safe? I've got the 10 of Wands. It's a struggle, but ultimate success. So, yes, he will. Doesn't mean he'll come out of it unscathed. I mean, he could get injured or hurt, but ultimately, yes, he will. Yeah, there's possible injury and hurt for him, but he will survive. But he's not the sort of man to not go and put himself out there. His wife is pissed at him. She's proud of him, but she's pissed because she knows he would not accept anything less. But I do think he'll be safe. That doesn't mean he'll be unscathed, but he'll be safe. So why am I getting Russia at the meeting, not Putin? Interesting question. I'm trying to put Putin at the meeting, and here's Zelensky. He's sitting there. Even if it's remote, I think they might actually do the meeting remote. I'm like getting Putin's going to walk through the door and he gets snatched away. I'm just trying to picture it. So Putin's coming. I'm getting like the picture I'm getting, and I try to picture what I try to do is to picture the meeting taking place, and just let it go from there. Like, this is the scenario. I'm letting the picture take place. Meeting. Zelensky's there. He's got people around him. There's a door. The door opens and Putin sort of half walks in and then he's pulled back. So it's like, why? He stopped. Putin stopped. Did somebody else take Putin's place? I'm not seeing anyone else coming in the door, so maybe the meeting supposed to be coming up soon just doesn't happen. Gets close, but then it's stopped. Assessment. Yeah, I'm getting stopped in the track. Consequences assessment. That doesn't mean there won't be a meeting, but I don't think Putin will be a part of it. there could be, will there be representations? Will there be Russian representatives? Yes. More even Russian representatives, but not Putin. We'll wait and see if that's the case. Roman Abramovich, let's hope that he's recovering. Him and the Ukrainians who were poisoned, let's hope that they are recovering. He does see himself as a possible leader for his country. Zelenskyy always has danger around him. And he's not one to, he understands why he's being kept sheltered and stuff. And hi, geek. But he doesn't really like it. Buka butcher. All right. Okay. Let's have a look. Hi, Shelby Lisa. Hi, chat. You're new today, and I haven't seen you before, so welcome. Yeah, he does. And hello to all my lovely lurkers. How are you? I so appreciate you joining me. And hello to everybody who later on chooses to click on my videos and watch them. I appreciate it so much. A thumbs up would be great. And thank you for continuing to watch my videos. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I don't think Putin takes a bath in gear blood. Putin's health is not good. Oh, accidentally put Shelby Lisa up there. Momua. Hi, Eleanor. Hi, Sue Toffee. Haven't seen you for a little while. Seen your name for a little while. Okay. So what else can we look at? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's lovely. Well, we'll see. There's no pressure. I had troubles with my computer too. With Google deciding it was going to update everything and wipe out my profile. So I'm going to have to go in and, yeah. So I've had to, set up a new password for Footprint and, yeah. Okay, let's have a look at how's Trump going. Let's have a look. What's the next week? What's the next couple of days? What is the 4th of April going to bring for Donald Trump? Let's have a look at that, hey? What is the 4th of April going to bring for Donald Trump? because we looked globally at why it's supposed to be so special. Yeah, I've never really had any problems. Will Navalny be free within a year? Okay, well, we will shelve Trump for the moment, and I will ask, guides at the highest truth and compassion, can you please lead me to the energy of the issue of Navalny and his freedom? Will he be free within a year? He's going to be very, very sick. I don't think he'll ever recover. But that doesn't mean he's going to fall off his perch. But he's not. Yes, I've got the Queen of Pentacles. I got the words back home. Back home. Back home. So, yeah, I do think he will be released in a year. People are still going to regard him as a leader, as a teacher. Yeah. So even after he's out, I don't think he's ever going to recover health-wise, but he's still going to be around for quite a while. And I saw a teaching position. Thank you, Dan also. And how are you? Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. Hi, D. Ryan. And yeah, I knew there was a grand jury that he's sort of like, people will rise up and applaud, and you know, I got the impression of like a teaching position of, yeah. I do think he will be. Yeah, here's celebration. I just cut the deck there. So celebration, home, family, but people will be listening to him. And, you know, I've got the Lovers card, and you know what? I still see his wife. I don't know what she looks like or anything, but I still see his wife stepping up. She is going to be a force to reckon with in the new Russia. She will not allow those who have done wrong to not be accountable. I see I've just always seen his wife stepping up, not just as his advocate, but in her own right. So that'll be interesting to see. Okay, the DOJ has had a special grand jury after Trump and company for over 2 months now. What will we see? Okay, let's have a look. What does April the 4th have in store for Donald Trump? Yes, Jared did. They parted ways, but Trump tried to separate him and Ivanka. But Ivanka's refused to leave Jared. They are close. They are solid. I've said that all along. Much more solid than you'd think. She loves her father and she'll do what she can for him, but if it comes between him and Jared will come first. What does April 1st April 4th. What does that herald for Trump? What's on the bottom? Anxiety. He's going to be anxious. Let's see what else. Disruption. Hey, sweetheart. Could you please get me a fresh coffee? For those of you who are new, my hubby keeps you supplied with coffee. You'll see his voice. He will say hello. He'll say hello, and you will hear his voice, but you will never see him. And that's his wish, and I'm going to respect that. You might, if you're really, really lucky, see the tips of his fingers, like a couple of people did, but that's about it. He's not even a Wilson because he won't even show, Wilson, and you might be lucky to see part of his hand, but yeah. He is the Wilson of tarot readers. In that he's not a tarot reader. But yeah. What else has April 4th got in store? The Hanged Man. I've been saying for a long time that his assets are going to get frozen. And there's also a suspension. Didn't I read somewhere or hear somewhere that he's been told he's not allowed to, because he hasn't announced an official campaign, he's not allowed to beg for money for a campaign or something? I don't know. But a freeze, is that for money? Yeah, big yes there with the Ace of Wands. A freeze, new money. He's not going to be able to get any new money from people for some reason. Or that money that he's gathered. What's happening? There is a change coming for him, a destined change. I was reminded recently that this is not just about change, this is about destiny. So this change was destined to happen to him. Is he part of that group that I spoke about earlier? Absolutely. The group who were having to face their Seven of Swords. Heartbreak and betrayal. That could be Jared. That could be Ivanka. It's coming for him. So this is what this, and a long dark night of the soul. Interesting. That's what the 4th of April has in store for Donald Trump. What does the Department of Justice have in store for Donald Trump? Now that's a question, isn't it? Let's see if we can find out. Hi, Edna May. Could Putin turn on Trump on the 4th? Could use what he has on Trump to make a deal. No, he won't. No. Let's see. Could Putin turn on Trump? Yeah, very quickly. Very quickly. So, I think that those tapes even if they do exist, that's nothing. God, if he can get away with being recorded saying he can grab women by the pee-pee tapes, nah. Hi, sweet pea. I can see you. I can't see you. I can't see you. Why not? How are you, my dear? How are things in the UK? Sweet pea is in the UK, and family gatherings. I was just talking about sweet pea. My dear, you got a family gathering today? I was just talking about you being in the UK and family gathering came up. Like something really. No. Oh, well. Sort of like a celebration of a family or something. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway. Okay. Now. What does the DOJ have in store for Donald Trump? Okay. I shouldn't show delight. But I was very surprised to see this. So just checking that it's not a family thing. What does the DOJ have in store for Trump? Definite confinement. That's not necessarily jail, but definitely confinement of his movement. Oh, okay. '24th wedding anniversary on the 31st of March. Congratulations, sweet pea. We're coming up to, oh my goodness. Next year's our 20th wedding anniversary on Australia Day next year. There you go. Definitely confinement and restriction of some sorts. That could be short term. Like, will he be doing the perp walk? Not necessarily today, my darlings. I'm just asking what they have in store for him in the future. Will there be a perp walk? Oh, a big change for him. His place in the world is going to change, and big time. Thank you, my darlings. Big time. So there's going to be a big time change in Trump's place in the world. Why? Page of Pentacles. Disruption. Okay. They're getting closer and closer and closer to absolute proof. Disruption. This is 1/6. Disruption. The Page of Pentacles, upside down, disruptive force. The student who never learned. And for 4 years, he was a student. He had the opportunity to learn to be a leader, to be a student of the presidency and learn from it and learn how to be a president. But he was just interested in what he could gain from it. And when it wasn't going to be handed back to him on a platter, he disrupted it. So he didn't get his way, like he didn't get the A+ he wanted in class. Disruption. Will we see Trump do a perp walk? The High Priestess. Okay. The first thing that came through my head when I saw this, the High Priestess, is he's got plans to run away, to dodge it. Will they succeed? That's a maybe card, by the way. But will he succeed in running away? No. Ten of Swords. I got one of the Secret Service agents had just not drunk the lemonade, and his only real job, because he has Secret Service agents, is to thwart everything that Trump puts into play to escape. Things will happen a bit quicker than we anticipate. Well, a lot of people are anticipating never, but no, things will happen quicker than is anticipated. Has Trump's downfall truly started with regard to the DOJ? The abuse of power. This is the sitting pretty card, the Nine of Pentacles. This is the DOJ. They got everything they need. Yeah. It's a hope card. So that's looking good. Are we going to see Trump in a perp walk? I'm certainly going to try and avoid it. Page of Wands. This lad looks like he's on show. He's being forced to walk the walk. Okay, I think they're going to try and keep it secret. Right, like 10, 15 minutes, it's going to be like, hey, get your cameras down to here. Or someone's going to send a live feed of it all. Prosecution. I'm going to ask another question. Is this going to happen in April? It's definitely a new phase. Yeah, like Macbeth. What did I say? Is this going to happen in April? Possibly. With the Queen of Swords, she is, long-term watchers of me will know, she is the judge. The King of Swords is the prosecutor and the Queen is the judge. So, because she calls you forth to answer for your actions. Hi, Neptune's other daughter. It's lovely to see you. Welcome. And I've seen you before. How are you, my dear? Oh. You heard somewhere on the news that top supporting GOP supporting politicians had a meeting about the US not supporting Ukraine. Well, that wouldn't surprise me if it had gangrene there. You know me, I don't often use nicknames, because one of the things, if you're new to me, is that I try to maintain objectivity. There are some people I find it really hard not to use the nicknames for. So yeah. There was a helicopter crash in Victoria, north of Melbourne, a few days ago. I've just seen a story from England about a light plane crash. Pilot injured as plane crashes into Oxfordshire, into a flat Norwich. The words that went through my head is a spate of small scale aviation crashes, like planes and helicopters and things like that. Just just went through my head. It's like it's had the helicopter crash, and then we've got this pilot crash, and just a spate of small aircraft crashes all around the world. And and what I mean by spate is like dozens, maybe, with no real reason. And headline just caught my eye. Now, Hungary, the Prime Minister Viktor Orban, he's a nationalist autocrat. He's going to go for his 5th consecutive rule term. But several hundred supporters of a 6-party coalition, United for Hungary, gathered in the rain in Budapest one day before the vote on Sunday. The movement leader, Peter Markizé, said this national election was about to bring an end to the most corrupt government in 1,000-year history. Fidesz, I don't know who Fidesz is or what Fidesz is. But will Orbán be defeated? They're still counting the votes. The votes happen on the weekend. Will Orbán, be defeated in Hungary? Let's have a look at that. Hi, Sophie. I sent you an invite, but yeah, if you can't do it, that's fine. Family, 10 of Cups. Will he be defeated? Judgment. Apparently it's very tight. It's tighter, actually, it's tighter than it really should be. Being called for to answer for his actions with the Queen of Swords. Will he be defeated? New pathways. Crossroads for the country. New pathways being Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. Will he be defeated? I do think that there'll be new it'll be a new era for Hungary. I think he might just get defeated. He's got a lot of votes he shouldn't have, but his cheating's not going to be enough. So let's hope that he's another one who's facing what he needs to face. Nasty Women Tarot, Ali from Heart and Soul Connected, a few others. Check your emails. Katie from Lightworker. Check your email, lovies. Hi, Greta. How are you, my dear? It's lovely to see you. I love what Stephen Colbert, you know, when Biden just goes off script a little bit and he'll come out with something like, come on, man. Or, you know, the remark about he can't be changed. It's like that fighting. He calls it Scrappy Scranton. And I love that. I love that that description of when Biden just goes that wee bit off script and that little bit of what is it? No malarkey comes out. Oh my goodness. Brazil is suffering from floods and landslides. There are 13 missing. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, you get some rest, my darling, and let's all send Sophie's niece some healing energy. She had an incident and ended up with concussion and a broken arm. And oh my goodness. I never really look at how many people are watching. Hubby goes, how many people are watching? And I'm like, I don't know. If you are new and watching, you can become a member. It's $3.99 US a month. You get every weekday, Monday to Friday, I do a 10-minute Hot Topics video that's only seen there to members. And when I do some pre-recorded videos, which I do, members get the chance to see them like a day and a half before anybody else. So, yeah, the sunglasses to be bought. Russia vows to target British weapons as UK missile downs a helicopter. Okay. UK reaches record COVID levels, nearly 5 million infected. Will the UK see a downturn in COVID cases soon? Some minor celebration, but with family, with the Four of Wands. Okay, they've a lot of restrictions have been stopped, but I'm seeing maybe a reintroduction of some restrictions. Okay. Page of Wands. Will there be a downturn soon? There's going to be more talks, I think, happening. King of Swords, King of Wands. Okay, insecurity. I'm going to go with no. I'm getting like families where they can, they're just going to stay home. Stay close. Real insecurity. There's some concerns. I'm getting Putin's losing his shit. That's Russia vows to target British weapons as UK missile downs a helicopter. Maybe it's just the two stories next to each other, but I'm getting like I'll try a different deck, I think. It's like the two are getting all mixed in together. Okay, so will the UK see a downturn in COVID cases soon, with it reaching a record of 5 million? Can you take me to the UK? COVID. Three cards flew out. So what are they? The King of Pentacles, resources, the Moon, still some hidden obstacle, and still some cause for concern. I'd say no, not soon. Will they see a downturn in summer? I'm getting summer with people getting out more and stuff might be helpful. Will summer see a downturn? Temperance, yeah, maybe a leveling out. In the bigger picture, a crossroads. Will there be relief in the summer? Page of Cups. New treatments, possibly. Maybe some new treatment. So I think currently, no. Spring, not really. But summer, there might be some relief. So let's hope that that's true. Okay. Dome up. I like that. The dome up movement. Yep. Spread it. For those who don't know, Cash Peters did a a little tutorial on how to create a protective dome over Ukraine. And wonderful Pamela, one of my followers, I don't know if she's done it on other readers or other people have done it on other readers' channels, but Pamela, she'll come on and she'll say dome up for Ukraine, which is putting up those domes, going in and using your energy and put a protective dome up over the Ukraine. So when Judy Malley said dome up around Ukraine, you knew exactly what she was talking about. So, yeah. Okay. Now, I got sort of, with the other deck, the reason I put it aside, and it was like the two stories, they're side by side, they were really just intertwining, and I was getting messed. So I've moved to a different deck, and I've done the COVID heart. Now, why was I getting those cards in security? Putin with the Knight of Swords and the Knight of the King of Swords, sorry, and the King of Compassion with the King of Wands. Why was I getting those? And I do felt it was to do with the relationship between Russia and Britain. Putin saying they'll target British weapons. What do they mean by that? There's more to that than he's saying. This isn't just threatening British weapons, because there's weapons from all over the world. Is the relationship between Russia and Britain going to deteriorate even more than it already has? There's Russia. By Russia, we don't mean the Russian people, but we mean Putin and the people in power. Eight of Wands, things coming very quickly out of Russia. The world. There's definitely going to be a global shift. I've got global shift. Wow. Putin honestly believed that Boris Johnson was just going, hey, I'm from Cambridge and all that, so of course I'll do whatever you want. Present your butt to me, kiss, 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 kiss. But he didn't do that. Generational judgment. Legacy, judgment. It's interesting. This person's there. This is the judgment card. This person there. He's quite at ease with what he's done. But the child and the woman are looking over their shoulder, but they're walking away from him. They are not. Is there a threat to Britain's security from Russia? Yeah. Five of Swords. Britain wants to defeat Putin. Page of Cups. Wow. I'm getting hit right here with just out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere. What's going on there? King of Swords, inspiration. King of Swords. Is there a threat of the conflict of a conflict rising up directly between Russia and the UK? Possibly. Seven of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, the sitting pretty card. Autonomous. There's definitely a change. Something that's like been a long time coming. Wow. That will be interesting to watch. That will be interesting to watch. What's going on there? Hi, Patricia Francino. Hi, Teresa Balsa. Take care, Anne. Look after yourself. It is, oh, what? 3 o'clock over there? Wow, why? That was like, I was reading on that. It settled down, but I got flutters in here, like flutters of anxiety, like, and breathlessness. It's easing now. And I was just reading on the tension just directly between Russia and the UK. And things are quite a bit more serious than, wow. Why is there an escalation in the tension between the UK and Russia? There is. Remember that we had the Irish fishermen as well. The Four of Wands, definitely. Now, the Four of Wands, one of the things, a lot of people, it's about celebration and family and things like that. But it also has a security aspect to it, which, of course, the Four of Pentacles has as well. It's Four of Pentacles, is about resources, money, it's about health, and also security is the other area because the shield. But there's a security aspect with wands as well. Six of Cups. I think past tensions are being stirred up again. Cold War-like tensions. Is that right? Yeah, Knight of Cups. Offers. False knights. Offers. I think that one side feels that the other was not fully open and honest. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. How are you, Edna May? Two of Swords. Another crossroads, but also tipping point, vital decisions being made. Knight of Pentacles, stop, mercenary. Definitely mercenary. Okay. But this could be stop of resources. Stop of resources. Okay. The UK are really, really pulling out all stops to get their resources to Ukraine as quick as possible, and Putin wants this to stop. Putin is threatening UK, stop. We've got the Hermit. Tensions that have been in the background for a long, long time will come forward, and I'm going to hand it on to a new generation, or he wants to, but is Putin threatening a new Cold War with the UK? Yeah, abandoning all pacts. So he's threatening a new Cold War, full stop. Abandoning all agreements and pacts and everything. Wow. Okay. Just, when I feel like I have to go on and do a reading. He's threatening it. That does not mean it's going to happen. There's definitely a feeling of that happening that could possibly be starting again. And why Putin's in power quite probably will. But okay, will Putin stop the flow of gas and oil to the West? Wouldn't be very wise. Got the Hermit and we've got the King of Wands, and I'm saying, please, no, don't tell me he's listening to Donald Trump. Is he listening to Donald Trump? Queen of Wands. Oh my goodness. He's definitely threatening to stop the handover of the goods and all that. Yeah, I think he probably will. But I don't think it has much to do with Donald Trump. Queen of Wands. Just he's going to lose his crap basically. And no. You see the pyramid connections? Yeah, probably. Okay. Popped off. Hi, Pamela Roma. Okay. Who's got some questions? Let's have a look at. Hey, look, I have to take a comfort break. Really do. need to take a comfort break. Hang on a moment. So what I'm going to do, guys, is if you haven't seen it, I'm going to start one of my videos on the other screen and just watch it for a few minutes while I take a comfort break. Damn, I missed Linda live. It was 8 p.m. Oh, that was US time. Damn it. I missed her. Missed Linda G live. Oh, that's a shame. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this playing and put it up on the screen. And look, honestly, I forgot the sound. So it starts out very loud. No, that won't work. No, that won't work. That won't work. That's flickering. So, yeah, that won't work. I've got to take a comfort break. YouTube. Yeah, I know that. That's not like anything new. Okay. Now, the sound, once you get into it, is you have to turn it up. But, you know. You can watch that for a few minutes. I'll be back. Thanks. The sound is low when I get into it, so you have to turn it up. What we're looking at
So his car wasn't there for very long. He was there for several hours on the time his car was parked on some of his pocket. He found a lot of separator. The separator was unable to set the car on fire. Probably called it expensive. He said the dad this is 55 years ago. It's still alive. And so I just can't see there's other ways to sending gas himself in the back and showing much more better. More better so this will be at the stage when you would look into the fact that there are easy ways to do it. But the first question I want to ask, why Bobby Fuller suicide? And why we're here, and why my friends, it's never had to fight for no you can see you look up the whole time and we can put why we're telling you to resources about it, to look hard at you have that idea. Please reach out. People do. Okay? And that's what I take that in. What is result? There's no reason for it. It's real. On a roll, on a charge. No, he had some really good changes happening. You know? Destiny was really rolling in his brain. He had some fantastic, good fortune. The real fortune was really pushing him up to his start. Not heavy or dry, but just a temperance style. He was in a very even place. He was happy with his life, with his family, the way he was going, happy with his family. And very even place. And of course, he was credit and fortune, which is the mountain of high achievement. He was heading towards those mountains of high achievement. He was young, he was idealistic, he was full of ideas and inspiration. Definitely not in that state. Not anyway. No, if he didn't do this sort of stuff. And he didn't do it. I got good. Now this is
Okay. No, that was a video. And if you want to go and watch that, you can go watch it. You should be able to hear a little bit better. But I didn't realize that I had the microphone a bit farther away than I should have. I'm still getting used to this microphone, even though I've had it for a while. And yes, I'm back. That was so. If you want to go and find out more about Bobby Fuller, the video's there. And yeah, I will get the sound sorted out. a couple of my earlier Hot Topics videos, the sound was better. Yeah, I am better. Thank you. Well, it was playing on the screen. The video was of poor quality. Okay. Well, I do the best I can. I'm not a videographer or anything or a cinematographer. I just do the best I can, guys. Okay, and yeah, yeah. That was a video that I was playing. So for those of you who are confused, I was playing it off my other YouTube thing, which is where I go and watch all my stuff personally. Yeah, so it was a video. Yeah, what I'll do is got a visitor. Hi, Sophie. I thought you were going to get some rest, darling.
Well, finally I decided to, whoops, I'm just seeing my head now. Oops.
I'm so sorry to hear about your niece, my darling. I hope she mends well and everything. Bobby Ford, no, he was 23 years old, and he was a singer. He had a huge hit with "I Fought the Law" and "The Law Won," and he was found dead in his car. And there's so many unanswered questions. So that's video that I was just showing before. Like I said, I'm not a videographer. I'm not a film editor or anything like that. I just do the best I can.
We do what we can with what we've got.
Yeah. So yeah. But thank you for joining us, Sophie. And how's it all going up in your neck of the woods in Ottawa?
Quebec City.
Quebec, yeah.
It's nice. It's a lot milder than what it was. And everything is going well.
Yeah.
Until yesterday, everything was going great. My parents got COVID.
Sorry?
Finally. My parents got COVID, finally.
COVID?
So,
COVID.
COVID, yeah. But they're doing well. I was very happily surprised to see how well they're doing. So, yeah. So what have you got for us today?
Well, I've just been looking at some of the things that have been happening in Ukraine and answering some questions. We have the lovely Claudia, who is in Lisbon in Portugal, and she's very much up with what's happening there. With what's happening in that neck of the woods. Sweet Peas in England, and Anne, who's just left before, she's in New Zealand. And, so we were looking at a variety of things, including what's happening with China and the Solomon Islands. And I was showing people earlier on the map how close the Solomon Islands are to Australia and why it's such a concern to people in Australia and people in New Zealand as well, that the Solomon Islands, their Prime Minister, there was riots there a few months ago, and they were about the fact that the Prime Minister of the Solomon Islands is kissing up to China. The people don't want it, but he does. So, yeah.
Kissing up to the big bully.
Oh, yeah. In fact, one of my hot topics that I did a while ago was addressing, he was asking for more police officers from Papua New Guinea to come over and from other areas, New Zealand and all that. And the speculation was whether or not he was going to use these police officers, not to help train local police officers, but as personal security. So I thought we might have another look at that. So this is the Prime Minister of the Solomon Islands. Savarago or something his name is anyway, and he's ready to sign a deal with the Chinese so that they can come in and build ports and bases and things like that, for help with security, for security issues. So but he's asking for police officers to come over from Papua New Guinea and other islands and stuff, and is he wanting to use them to boost his own personal security? So,
for his own personal security.
Yeah. And yeah, he's vigilant. And that to me says it all. Yes, he wants them to protect his scrawny little ass.
Yeah, that deserves a clown deck.
Because, when the fighting started out, Australia sent police to New Zealand and Papua New Guinea and others. And then it's starting to emerge, more and more starting to emerge. So I'm really curious if this man is going to be, I'll have a look, find his name. Is he going to be deposed? Let's have a look. Will they kick him out?
Okay, so the question is, will the Solomon Islanders kick out their own prime minister?
Yeah, let's see. What's his name? I'll find his name. I did know it, but they don't want China in there. Yeah, Manasseh Sogavare is his name.
Okay.
He's been in power since 2019. He was elected. So is he going to get kicked out over this Chinese business? Because there was lots of protest. Solomon Islands has been several times in the 1990s. There was problems there. Late 90s. I was saying earlier, I remember when I was a member of the State Emergency Service in Queensland, in Townsville, we were sent out to the Townsville Airport to help with process evacuees from the Solomon Islands because of the violence. And, everyone but the Japanese, they were sent straight through to their own embassy people. Families, not happy. This is the legacy. The legacy here. Thank you, Shelby Lisa. This is a thing of legacy. His legacy is not something they want. They see it as having a dark. I do think they will stand up.
Yeah.
Page of Wands. There's definitely outspoken opposition there.
Do they have a mama thing in the Solomon Islands where they have a strong maternal, like the women energy is very strong?
Matriarchal.
Matriarchal. Thank you.
Yeah. I am ashamed to say that I don't know as much as I should about different areas of Oceania, but my understanding is that yes, the maternal respect is very, very strong.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm getting better times with the sun. Will they stand up and fight him? And I do think they will. What have you got?
Well, I got two different things. I think that they will. I'm getting the Knight of Sword crossed by the Devil. And I think the Devil is that guy that can't pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that this is like to me, it feels like the soldiers rising up. What I mean by the
Oh,
soldiers, I'm not talking about the military necessarily, but
mm,
I feel that people are going to feel that they need to take ownership for their country to kick this guy out. At the page, at the base of the reading, I have the page of coins. This is the person who is trying to. This culture, is it possible that they are somewhat young, not necessarily in their history, but the population themselves, but the matriarch are strong? Because I'm feeling that the young people are going to think about what this means for them in the future, what this means for them in their livelihood, what this means for them in providing for their family. But
yeah,
also at the head of the reading, I feel that um, there is this need and this fire coming from this mama bear here that wants to protect their young. So I think it's a mix of both. And then I get the world at the end of it. The world, this is going to have an impact on more than just um, those islands. It's going to have an impact probably on all of Oceania
yeah.
because China is not doing this just for the heck of it, right?
No, they're not doing it to be kind and cuddly to their neighbour, or they're
No,
not
no,
even
no,
a neighbour. No.
no. And then when I asked the yes no question, I got the star, the 10 of cups, the judgment card,
Mm-hmm.
the Nine of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. So all those cards combined together to me tells me a yes because they have wishes, they have their family, and they feel that they need to protect them. They feel that they are entitled to make their own judgment, to make their own decisions, and they feel that China would be taking that away from them.
Yeah.
And um, with the Nine of Pentacles, this is, to me, I know it sounds weird. To me, that is the Ivanka Trump card. She sits pretty with her bird and, all satisfied with all the gold around her. But at the same time, in this reading, what I see is basically a person who's satisfied with what she's got, but with the Seven of Pentacles, this is still a yes, but at the same time, it's not going to be easy going.
No.
So that's
No.
basically what I got.
Um. Yeah. With the Page of Pentacles, this is the start of talk, of of messages going through. You know,
Yeah,
stand your ground. Stand your ground. We do not want this legacy for our family.
yeah,
With the Ten of Pentacles, family legacy. Yes, they might bring us some resources and some riches, but at what cost? The dark side. Well, um,
mhm,
we will shine through. But I do feel like what are the next few years going to bring for that region, for Oceania, and that includes Australia, it includes um, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, Tonga, all the Polynesians, New Caledonia, Vanuatu, Fiji, all of that area. And yeah. So what is this?
comment there.
What is in store for Oceania? Um,
Yeah,
they want to. The thing is, and with regard to, there's two global geopolitical powers. One is the US, and the other is China. And from global, you then go down to hemispherical, and then regional, and then local, that sort of stuff. You would think that Russia would be global or hemispherical, but they're not. They're only regional. Um, Australia is hemispherical. That means, and we're the only hemispherical scale geopolitical power in the Southern Hemisphere. That means we're the biggest geopolitical power in the Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that China want to get closer. What is this going to mean for the next few years in Oceania? And I'm just talking about geopolitical, the categories, you know. Every country and region has some sort of power, even if it's right down to the local, and with whatever form that takes and things like that. But
So what is, yeah?
So what is this all going to mean for Oceania in the next few, say, 5 years? So what's going to happen? Hi, Howland Sweet. Welcome back, Anne. Hi, Celtic Seer. Anne Simpson is in New Zealand. What is all this going to mean? Just going to write down the first thought that pops into my head when I and that's how I work too. It's the first thought that pops into my head when I see a card. And when I do an email reading, I will do that. Is I'll read the card and I'll write down immediately what pops into my head. So this is the card and the thought. The thought here is okay. The card I put down first was the Page of Cups. And the thought that popped into my head was the beginnings of unease. That's what's popped into my head when I drew that.
Oh, okay.
And the beginnings of unease. So I start with that thought and then, okay, so I'll move on to the next one. And sometimes it's like you need to build on that.
Yeah.
And in this distance, I'm asking why. Why is this the beginning of unease? And we're looking at possibly the next 5 years in the Oceania region. So this is the beginning of unease. Nine of Pentacles.
Oh, yeah, I did get that too.
I don't know what thought you got when you put
I
Nine
have
of Pentacles down.
Yeah, I have a good feeling about it. Not that it's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But I feel that there's growth that is going to come out of this. Because frankly, the first card I got was the Tower.
Yeah.
So basically, this Tower moment might happen sooner than later.
Yeah.
But coming right across this is the Three of Pentacles. People, joining forces, people working together to build something that is more positive. If I go back to the Tower, I'm going to go right away in the past. It's the Ten of Swords. So it is an ending, a very difficult one, which brings us to the Tower, right? But then we have people coming together. What are the flowers for Australia?
Wattle. The national flower is wattle. The wattle.
Okay,
It's
I don't
yellow.
remember.
It's yellow
It's
with green
yellow?
leaves. Yeah, with gum leaf green leaves and golden yellow flowers.
Okay, the reason why I'm asking that is because I got the King of Wands, and those yellow flowers it kind of attracted me to that, along with the leaves that are on the wands. So
Very
I
much.
think, yeah, and I think that they Australia will remain one of those powers. How it is going to use its power is very important. So I don't know what kind of government you have a very conservative government right now, don't you?
Um, yeah, you could call them conservative, yeah. And we've got an election coming up in May. So, yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Mm, okay. That might bring things over. With the Page of Cup, communication, communication, communication. I feel the water is important. Well, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't, don't need to be a psychic for that. The
Well,
Wheel of
yes, we're
Fortune.
surrounded by water, yes. And
Yeah.
okay. So
The,
definitely, yeah, and changes. I've got just something. I didn't show the deck that I'm using here. I'm actually using the same deck as you, the Connolly Tarot.
I recognized it. That's why I got it out.
Yeah, I didn't know if you'd recognised it and got it out or not.
Yeah, I
So
did.
yeah, so and of course, fate, destiny, the wheel. What do you get from the wheel?
I get the wheel is going to keep on turning around and around and around. Some of it is destiny that we make ourselves, others is destiny that comes.
Mm,
And the destiny that we make ourselves are based on our decisions, right?
yes.
And that wheel is going to, right now, depending on how things go in Australia,
Mm.
for whatever reason, I'm attracted to Australia. Um, the wheel is going to be a positive thing, but I get here the Nine of Pentacles.
What
I
message do you
have the
get?
song, It's Raining Men. It's raining men. Hallelujah. Okay, so in the environment, I get the Nine of Pentacles, satisfaction. Again, Australia. It's very important that they don't sit on their successes, their own successes. They have to share the success with the other countries. I know
Oh,
this is a party, but it is, to me, this is part of
support.
sharing. Yeah. The fear that I have
Mm,
is that everybody is going to be guarding their own.
yes.
And that is the one thing that is very important. If you want to have a strong Southern Hemisphere, you need to make sure that people
Trust
work together, trust each
and
other.
unity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, but you are at a crossroad,
Yep.
and at the end, I got the Ace of Sword, which is the sword of truth. So you're at a crossroad. The truth, or you go on your merry own way. Sorry. It's your choice to make. It goes again with the Two of Sword, the direction Australia will take, because Australia is the leader in Oceania
Yep.
there. And that is what is going to make this part of the world grow.
Yep. There is a saying politically where Australia goes, many follow. So we are.
Good.
Now, I also got the nine of, so I've only drawn two cards so far. I got the page and I've got the beginnings of unease. And then I got the nine of pentacles.
You
And
too.
what I got, and it's interesting because it's like our autonomy being tested because
Oh,
we are very autonomous in the region, tested. And yes, we do support Pacific and Polynesian countries, and even in the Indo-Pacific region as well. And yeah, we do we will send out troops. We will send people over if there's a disaster happening in one of the Pacific Island nations. We will send help. We will, Australia and New Zealand. And New Zealand, I've always felt, is like not big and little siblings. I felt from the days of the Anzacs that we are just much closer than that. And New Zealand has a vitally important part to play there too. As far as Australia, a testing of our autonomies, it's like we're going to be tested. Things are going to be thrown at us. How are we going to react? What are we going to do? The world often watching. Our role is very much going to be keeping things in balance and in harmony. But that means, like I said, a couple of months ago, a few weeks back, a Chinese warship was going through the Torres Strait. What the hell they were doing there when they shouldn't have been is another question. But they lighted up an Australian military transport plane with their lasers. And you only do that before you shoot something down.
Yeah.
So that was a threat. So Australia's role is very much going to be bringing things back into balance. The King of Pentacles. Australia, of course, we have a lot of resources. And but also this is security as well. Pentacles aren't just about money or health. It can be about security and the stability of the nations in the Oceania region is very important. So our role is also going to help to maintain or bring about stability for those nations. Will we have to bare our teeth? Yeah, a bit sooner than we like. A bit sooner than we like. That warship was a precursor. That warship was a precursor.
Yeah.
I put up a map earlier to show just how close the Solomon Islands were to Australia. And it's like 2,000 kilometres. That's nothing.
No. No.
A lot of Australians will drive that in 15 hours,
Yeah.
Vigilance. You got up the vigilance card?
Yes, I did.
So the next 5 years in the Oceania region, and the Four of Swords, that is driving into retreat. That's going to be the overall aim for the next 5 years. You go back to your own little area, China. Get out of the Pacific, go back. Are we going to strive to get Chinese out of the Pacific? Yes. Every opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have, as just before you mentioned New Zealand, or as you were mentioning New Zealand, I had this strong feeling that kept telling me, read on New Zealand. Is it possible that New Zealand and Australia, am I reading this right? New Zealand is to Australia what Canada is to the United States. Am I correct? And vice versa. Do you guys have this strong bond?
A lot of people will mistake the two accents.
Yes.
Which, yes, some people can get, I'm not American, I'm Canadian. No, I'm not Australian, I'm a Kiwi. There is a very healthy rivalry.
But do you have this strong friendship or
Very
this strong
very
family
strong.
bond? Yeah.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Anzac Day is celebrated not just in Australia but in New Zealand as well.
Yeah.
Because, and that bond that was formed in those trenches in Gallipoli, I think is very, very strong, and hopefully will continue to be so. Some of the best friends I've ever have come from New Zealand. And bless you, and I love you all if you're watching. amazing people,
Hmm.
and
They're not pushover.
country has our faults, but
Hmm.
it's yeah. I admire the way that New Zealand has stood up and said to America uh, several times is yes, we want to be part of this agreement, and yes, we want to, we know we need to be this, that, and the other. But you're not bringing those things into our waters and into our ports, and that's it. You know, um,
Go Kiwi, go.
yeah. And it's just explaining what ANZAC is, the Australian New Zealand Army Corps, and they were fought side by side in the trenches in Gallipoli, and my husband's grandfather was an ANZAC. He wasn't part of the first lot. He was in the second lot that came through, the relief troops. And that's unusual because normally at my age it would be your great grandfather. But
Yeah. Yeah,
Jack's
Gallipoli,
father
what that
was
was
the
in the
youngest.
First World War, wasn't it?
Hubby's father was, yes, it was. Hubby's father was the youngest of 16 children.
Okay.
So, and from 2 marriages. So,
Okay.
yes. So his father was an ANZAC. So so, but it's, no nuclear ships are allowed in New Zealand waters, and
Mhm.
I love that. We will be part of agreements and all that, and yes, we will, but on our terms, and this is our terms, and I love that,
Yeah,
you
me
know.
too.
Um, and if AUKUS goes through and we get our nuclear subs or whatever they are, tell us to get stuff to New Zealand because honestly, don't let us park our little machine in your waters either. I mean, because I'm not anti-nuclear on everything, but I don't see the need for a nuclear-powered sub. Yes, they can go for ages and ages and ages, or a ship, but I just don't see the need for it. But I don't see
Yeah.
how we need it.
I don't understand this enough to know what
Mm.
um
Oh, sorry. AUKUS is Australia, UK, US. Now, Australia had a deal with France, something like
oh, I know.
$7 billion for some submarines.
Yes.
But the
Yes.
UK and the US came along and said, "Oh, no, we can give you bigger and better nuclear power." And,
Yeah.
so why don't you just,
And it'll be in English, not in
stiff
French.
French, stiff French. And Scotty from marketing said, "Oh, yeah, I'll do that." And I really do feel that, can we have a look to see if the AUKUS stuff up and ditching France away, is that going to play a part in the Australian election? Let's have a look because I don't like that
Okay.
it went back on an agreement. That meant we would have had submarines way sooner. We've got to wait 10 years for the first of those submarines. I think with the French deal, we would have had them like in 5 or something. So, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Will the AUKUS agreement, have an effect on Australia's election? Judgment.
Are they still talking about it in Australia?
Yeah, and France is still like,
Oh,
apparently
they're pissed.
there was
They are so pissed.
Scotty from marketing and Macron were both at the COP20 in Scotland a few months back, the climate thing.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, it was sledging. It was like, "You are a liar." Yeah, so what?
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not lying. Oh, yes, you are. You are lying. You are liars. And he's going, "No, we're not." Like, come on.
Oh man. Oh man. No, Biden did a cheap trick there.
Well,
He was, I think he got, you know, I don't know. So what is that deal the submarine deal going to have for impact on the Australian election?
Election. Will it influence? Will it help with defeating? Will
Do I
it?
need to go any farther?
Yeah. Stab, 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 stab. I've got judgment, chaos that they're not expecting with the Knight of Swords, people charging in, and strength.
Whoa! Did you
What?
just use the major arcana? Or
Yeah.
those are the ones that came out?
Yeah, judgment and strength.
Oh my God. Okay. I got justice in the past is bringing an ending to Scotty from marketing, I think.
Yeah.
And he's gonna
Celebration.
be he's gonna be at a crossroad. Oh yeah, in the future that's what I get. Celebration.
Here
Yeah,
we go.
yeah.
Celebration. So it's
The base
definitely going to play a part. Yeah.
yeah. The base he's got the Eight of Cups moving on. And at the head it's the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, man.
Change.
You gotta pay for the decisions you made.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Boris and Biden, not the best move. I know. I understand you want to get contracts and everything for your companies and things like that, but
The French are the oldest what you call it. The sleepless nights are starting to catch up for me. Those the French were the oldest friends of the United States of America. They helped them win their independence,
yeah,
and they backstab them. That is a very, especially against a foe of France, because France and Britain are not the best of friends.
they don't get
Trust me.
along, do they? Never.
No, trust me. I live in Canada. I know.
It is never.
So yeah.
I can just see Rowan Atkinson in the Thin Blue Line going, "A Frenchman in my station." He plays a police inspector and then a Frenchman.
Yeah.
And it's like just
I-
yeah. Yeah. So it's really, really interesting. I don't know why they're not. I don't know why they're not being built here in Australia. We have a manufacturers in South Australia who can build subs. I don't know. I think part of the deal is some of the work will be done here in Australia. Fine, but they could have come to that with the French as well. It's like it's not a good look. Let's put it that way. It is not a good look, and
Not at all.
yeah, I'm getting what is going through my head. Oh, we're just doing what the mother country told us to do. So, like, we were going to make this deal with the French, and Britain went, "Oh no, we can't have that. You're part of the Commonwealth. You really should go with us."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to do what I want to do with my middle fingers here at that sort of attitude.
I'm
really
with you.
do what is best for our people. Stuff everybody else. Okay. Stuff what people think we should do because we're part of the Commonwealth or whatever. You guys, you're not a monarchy anymore, are you, in Canada?
Yes, we are.
You still are. You still got the
We
Queen.
still are. We still have, and we have a governor that is costing us. We have governors that are costing us an arm and a leg, and everybody's firstborn. And oh man, the recently the worst one was Michael Jean. Oh, that was horrible. Horrible. She's a governor in the Commonwealth is basically representing the Queen.
Yeah.
So
and it's like the Governor General and then the state governors, and it's like, look, I've got nothing really against the royal family. I don't see why they need to be our head of state. if we stay as as part of the monarchy, we do. We do. If we become republics, I've got no objections to that. But I don't.
Why don't
Why
you?
does somebody overseas need to rubber stamp everything we do?
Yeah, yeah. Why don't you look at is Canada going to become a republic? And I'll look to see if Australia is going to become a republic.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Try to do three cards.
I certainly wouldn't complain if we did, but I certainly think there are better things that we need to be worrying about in the world as to whether or not we're a republic, But yeah.
Is Australia going to become a republic?
Is Canada God's high truth and compassion? Please leave me with
Yeah, it's kind of iffy.
I think it's because Australians are bone ass lazy.
Australian or what?
Bone ass lazy.
But
We are
Canada is known to follow Australia and vice versa, so you never know.
Can't be asked is the English term or Irish term. 6 of Cups, Canada. Six of Swords, rough passage. 6 of Cups, looking to the past, wanting to move on from the past, actually. 6 of Swords, a rough trip, a rough passage. Hierophant, thinking our way. Hierophant, indoctrination. This is the way we do things because this is how England does things. Do they want to move on from that?
Yeah.
Page of Wands, talk. There's talk, definitely talk.
Yeah.
Will it happen? Will it happen? Yes or no? 4 of Wands, celebration. But also, yeah, should that be? There's no reversals in this deck. But should this be a separation in family? Celebration, but a separation with that celebration. 3 of Cups, support. I got nobody wants to see a nation split, but basically there's this real French section, Quebec.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
There's been a separatist movement for years there, hasn't there?
Yes, it came very, very close in 95, but other than that, they're a loud minority, very loud. Like the trucker convoy thing, they're very loud, but only 80%, 20% of the population supports them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
9 of Wands, vigilance, standing for stability, economic and security, stability. I think for the foreseeable future, Canada will remain part of the monarchy, and same as Australia.
Yes, I get the same thing.
But I do feel like the movement, the talk about it, because honestly,
separation.
If the monarchy lost Canada and Australia, that's it. So they're desperately trying to hang on to us. That's it. We're the 2 biggest, and maybe South Africa is another one, isn't it? But we are the 2, the most powerful.
Yeah, I didn't know South Africa was a part of the
I don't know.
Commonwealth.
I don't know either. We are the 2
there was
most powerful in the Commonwealth. So if they lost us, that'd be it. The Commonwealth is gone.
Yeah.
They're already losing members in the Caribbean and stuff.
Exactly.
So they're desperately trying to hold on.
Yeah, their empire is dwindling, and it's been dwindling since the mid 19th century.
Yeah, they need us more than we need them.
Yes, that exactly. I got the ace at first when I got the ace of Pentacles, I was like, oh, are we on our way? Then the Strength. But then I got the Four of Swords, and I thought, nah, we're staying put.
Mm.
And then I got the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. You know, mom and dad,
Yep.
they basically feel comfortable with the status quo. And the Magician, I feel this is the UK being more a manipulation of this to stay together. But I feel that in Canada, the most dangerous thing is separation
Mm.
uh,
Of
of the
from
province.
this is holding back. I just don't
Yeah,
think it's time. I think that
no.
yeah, the security concerns at the moment are bigger than any advantages to leaving. But yeah, I'm
Okay.
coming up on the 2 hour mark. I started a few minutes late because Google decided to update and wiped out all of my favorite lists and everything. And I had bloody good things that I'm going to have to go and find again,
Oh,
including
I
music
hate that.
stuff. I hate it when it does that. Yeah. So it's yeah.
That was fun. Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
that's all
It
right.
was
Thank you for
fun.
joining me. Let's hope your niece continues to
Oh
recover
yeah.
from her accident.
She'll
And
have a hard time tomorrow not going to the Sugar Shack.
okay,
That is the thing. Do you know what the Sugar Shack is?
I have no idea.
Oh my God. You guys, you need to come to Quebec just to experience that. It's the maple syrup thing that
Oh,
you have a full meal, like, it's baked in maple water or maple syrup. And then you have maple toffee on snow. So they put the on the snow and then they
when
roll.
when you're
Oh,
diabetic, one of the first things that have to go are those sugar syrups like maple syrup, honey, all that. They're
you
the
just
first things that have to go. I'm not big on honey. I didn't mind a little bit of it now and then. I actually quite like honey on a plain omelette. But it's like they
you
have to
just
go.
have to keep
They have to go.
telling.
I love maple syrup on pancakes and stuff like that. So I might occasionally have some pancakes and maple syrup. But again, all the carbs and pancakes. That's got to be
It's worse than the
more
maple syrup.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. So it's like
You just have to
and
keep telling yourself it's all natural when you're diabetic.
yeah,
I have the
yeah,
same problem.
that makes all the difference. Okay,
No,
thank you to Sophie for joining me for the
thank
last
you very
hour.
much. Bye, everybody.
And yeah, so we'll wrap up. And thank you again. And might just do one card. What message does Spirit have for us for the next few days? Let's see. Enchanted Blossoms deck, gorgeous with the little dragonflies or dragon butterflies, whatever they are. We'll cut the deck and see what comes up. Pride, Amaryllis, Gardy, Commodore. The amaryllis is the flower, and the Commodore is the little butterfly that's been transformed into a dragon. Beautiful deck. I love these. So, what message does
Beautiful.
this card have for us? Okay, Spirit.
Very
What
beautiful.
message does spirits have for us? Yes, they are by, they're called Enchanted Blossoms, and they're by Carla Morrow. And yeah, prosperity, pride. How can I cultivate more pride in what I am doing now? It's not about writing for a fall because of your pride. It's about taking pride in your journey is an integral part of self-growth. Attach positive feelings to what you are doing, whatever it may be. When you feel good about something, you will want to do it better. Doing a job well will lead you to taking more pleasure in what you do and who you are. Even if you don't like what you're doing it well can bring you pride. take pride in who you are. Take pride in where you've gotten. Take pride in your achievements. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm.
Taking that, being proud.
Mm. I took from the Moonology cards, and I got the full moon in Sagittarius, and it's suggesting to look at at the bigger picture. So sometimes we're fretting over minutiae, and we're looking at the teeny tiny little details, and
Yeah.
that can bring us to a very counterproductive situation where we get into paralysis analysis. So this is a reminder for us to think things through, which is very important, but sometimes take a step back to look at the whole picture. Because when you look at a painting and when you look at, you know, a portrait or a landscape of a painting, you'll see, as you step back, you see all of the details from afar by looking at the full picture. It is so much more beautiful
Yes.
and relaxing.
Mm.
So just look at the big picture. Don't fret over small stuff. Don't
Yep.
sweat the small
That's it.
stuff.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, my darlings, everybody take care. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay happy, stay loving, and stay. What was the
Love
other
you
one?
all.
Stay
I don't know. I'm
everything.
brain dead.
And I love you very much. And I will see you guys in a couple of days. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for having me.